Hello students, how are you? Welcome to iTTV. I'm Miss Sonia, your Form 1 English tutor. Students, today's lesson is really interesting. But before that, how are you all doing? I'm sure you're doing really well. Today we are going to do a bit of comprehension and then comprehension questions after. Now, today's topic is my brother's keepers. Let us read. Together, we'll try to comprehend the passage and answer questions accurately and give meanings to some of the words and phrases found in the text. So students, that is what we'll be doing today. Comprehension and comprehension questions. Now, before anything else, I think we need to start with the comprehension passage. Are you ready to read? Let's start. Dear children, have you heard about the O Ambassadors program? This program is popular among the school children in North America. O Ambassadors is an exciting new joint project of Oprah's Angel Network and Free the Children that will inspire young people to become active, compassionate, and knowledgeable global citizens. It connects young in North America with people around the world to create lasting change by looking into problems such as hunger, poverty, and limited access to education. The students of Magnolia Avenue Elementary School are members of this program. In their second year as members, they organized a toy drive, a brainchild of a second grader who had wanted to give away his toys to kids who may not get any gifts for Christmas. His idea caught on like wildfire among his peers. These children, with the assistance of the educator mentor of the club, worked very hard to make it a success. The students gave up their mornings, recess, and after-school hours to advertise this project to the people around them. After 6 days, they had collected a room full of toys to be given away. The AIDS Project Los Angeles was excited to take the donated toys for the families they help. The time of distribution was especially coordinated so that the young members could get first-hand experience of giving to the needy children. Almost every member of the O Ambassadors Club made it for this occasion. The moral of this event: the students of Magnolia Avenue Elementary School are themselves not from a fluent background, but most importantly, they have learned that though they have little to share, they still have more than many other kids. They are also able to give something, even if it's just a helping hand. So students, what did you think of that passage? Now let us understand what we just read. Now, we were reading about the O Ambassadors group that actually helps children who are poor, children who cannot even buy one toy to make themselves happy. Now, these kids from Magnolia Avenue Elementary School are not very rich kids themselves. They are from middle-class income parents who actually try their best to give to their children. Now, these children in their turn themselves, have felt the need to share what they have with needy children. Now students, you must realize that to be a person who is generous, to be a person who is kind, is something that you need to practice. Practice by actually doing charity. Now charity starts at home, like they always say. If you feel that there's an organization that you can help with the expertise that you have, maybe you're good with children, you could join an orphanage to take care of kids. You could teach them, maybe have special activities like sports activities. Anything that you are good at, you can teach to young kids. Now, children who have parents who have HIV positive, who have AIDS, they can't really play with their parents that much because their parents are probably sick and not healthy enough to cope with their children. So instead, take up an organization, take up a charity. Make sure you give back. You see, when you give back to the community, only then will you receive. You might receive something that cannot be, it's not monetary value. For instance, the joy of helping a young child read. You can't pay for that. It's a feeling in your heart that makes you feel good about yourself. Charity begins at home. So start at home slowly by maybe collecting goods or food for orphanages. You could also think about doing charity drives where you collect money for certain orphanages and give that money to that orphanage, so the children in orphanage can actually have a life, a small bit of happiness that you always receive. And maybe you can give back to the community by doing charity work. Now, like I said earlier, we've read through the passage. What does that leave us with? Yes, the comprehension questions. Let's start. Who are the club members of O Ambassadors? So students, the question is, who are the club members of O Ambassadors? Yes, very simple. Young children who want to be active in charity. These are the people who are the club members of O Ambassadors. O Ambassadors work on several projects. What do you think they are? So since the question says O Ambassadors work on several projects, what do you think they are? Well, there are a few things. They look into problems such as hunger, poverty, and limited access to education. These are the 3 or more projects that they have taken on as projects themselves. O Ambassadors are liked by people around them. Is this true? Why? Students, now this is the third question. O Ambassadors are liked by people around them. Is this true? Why? Now, judging by what we read in the passage, this statement is, yes, very good, it is true. Now, why do we say it is true? Yes, because people go out of their way to help with their charity drives. So O Ambassadors have made an impact with their community. What did the students in the toy drive advertise? Now students, that is our 4th question. What did the students in the toy drive advertise? Yes, they had an advertisement to collect toys, so they could actually give these toys to needy children, children who have not had a toy in their lives. So these kids, these students had a toy drive advertisement to collect toys. If there is such a project organized by your school, would you join? Why? So students, we've come to our final question. If there's such a project organized by your school, would you join and why? Now I'm sure most of you would say yes. Yes, you would join an organization because you want to do charity. You want to help. You want to help those who are less unfortunate, orphaned children, those who are needy, those who are sick, to give back to the community. Now by actually doing all of this, you actually get a feel-good feeling, something that doesn't come easily. It's only when you help others can you feel this sort of feeling. So, to answer the question, yes, you would join an organization, and the reason? So you can give back to community. You can help those who are in need of help. We've come to the end of our lesson, so let us very quickly recap what we learned today. We read about the O ambassadors. We read about how students join these sort of organizations to help those who are less fortunate than themselves. Now, these students might not be very rich themselves, but they know that there is a need for charity in their country. So they have charity drives. In this case, they had a toy drive where they collected all sorts of toys for less fortunate children. We've come to the end of our lesson, students, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you for watching iTTV. I'm Miss Sonia, your Form 1 English tutor.